There's two things I love in the world. Three things. Women, WoW, Ratchet and Clank. Welcome to Game
Oh, yeah.
Chatter.
Dance. All right, guys. Okay, episode 7 starting now. No more messing
It's
around.
episode
Six.
6, you freaking nerd.
What?
Oh my
Six.
god.
Oh my gosh.
Can't even count.
What?
Because I wrote 6, and I was just thinking ahead, like, is this real life? Okay, so
We need to have a talk
Yeah,
about him.
we'll wait until he leaves.
okay, okay, I'll probably do that. All right, screw it. Episode 6. Let's just someone talk. What'd you do? Get to the intro parts.
I got this. I got this. I'll swing this in.
Take over somebody.
So it's been going good. Moved all my setup around and everything, trying to optimize my space. I've been playing Among Us like nobody's business. I've been playing with some other friends that I got from church, and it's so fun. It's as fun as I thought it would be playing with people. It's great. I would recommend it to anybody. Just get on a Discord and just start losing friends. It's awesome.
Speaking of losing friends, I played WoW, of course. I mean, what else do I want to play? A lot of Tony Hawk still. Man, I haven't beat the game yet because all I'm doing is going multiplayer and just schooling little kids.
Wow.
And just giggling. It's my favorite thing to do. And when I lose, I get mad and start a new one. But I'm having a blast with that game. Working, getting ready for some new games coming out, I think, next week. A lot of breaking news this week, too, which we'll get to later. But that's pretty much it. What about you, Frank?
Well, so nice of you to ask. I also got my played some Tony Hawk's because I got that working. Speaking of to go right into the flow of my difficult living, would you like to know why I couldn't play Tony Hawk's earlier, like I mentioned on last episode 5?
Why?
The problem is because I didn't download the game. I assumed in my little reptile brain that the demo was the game. Like it was just like it would turn into the game whenever it was released. So I looked into it and found the game, and it was like, yeah, you want to download this? You paid for it. And I was like, oh, good shit.
Wow.
So yes, I downloaded it and I got to play it. So I have been playing Tony Hawk's. Yes, Brandon.
And you're on a gaming podcast?
Right.
I know.
There's your problem.
I think in the first episode I mentioned that I'm here just to help wrangle in the kittens and y'all bring the sustenance. I'm along for the ride to make things difficult. So
Bringing the
got to play
sus.
Tony Hawk's finally. Go figure, you have to download it. So that was cool. I have been playing that. I dig it. I did have a problem with the demo. I didn't like the little glitchy when you fall off your board, get back on. But it's not that bad. It is kind of quicker, like you mentioned, Brandon. So I think that's cool. I played a multiplayer thing like one time. I had no idea what the hell was going on or what I was supposed to do, but I'm a little better now. Other than that, I started downloading Black Desert this morning. I don't know why. I've just always been interested. Like I want to get into MMO, and it looks like big and pretty. And don't say anything. Don't. And I know I'm not gonna be able to commit that much time. That's where we are with that. We'll see. Maybe I'll talk about that next episode.
Oh,
I know of an MMO that you might like.
Gosh, leave now.
Wow,
Leave.
what could that be?
Ashes of Creation.
Oh, okay. Curveball.
I was just fucking with you guys. I'm
We're
just messing
funny.
with y'all.
Yeah.
Screw that game.
Handsome and jokes. Nah.
Oh,
Both
God.
that's
Don't
dope.
let me go to go straight to his head.
All right, guys, let's make like a baby and head out. Talking about the topics for this episode. We're going to give our review for Endless Escape by 511 Games, and then we'll hop into a plat-former topic. And we started talking about something earlier about this, and I think it's going to kind of explode into something that's going to hit all around the ballpark. All right. let's get right into it. 511 again, contact us again. It was like, guys, please check this game out. If it's on Steam for $4. So we said, hails to the yes. We all got some time to play it. Here's what we thought. I'll go first since I'm already opening my pie hole. First, it was really cool. Like, it's made through Unity, and you can tell it's kind of got that polygonal shape and feel to it. I like it right off the bat because it's simple. It's like just moving. There's no jumping. There's no shooting. There's no grabbing, swinging. You run around and don't die. Don't fall through shit. Don't get hit by shit. The problem is the shit comes from everywhere. The shit is hitting the fan and it's flying everywhere. Not necessarily a problem, but that's the essence of the game. It's like difficulty. I played it a handful of times, and then you quickly realize, what you mentioned to me, Dakota, when you get out of the game and you come back, there's checkpoints through the game. There's a little stone emblems on the ground. You pass those, and you kind of, once you die, you go back to that point. But if you leave the game and come back, you will start over at the beginning. And that's just part of it too. It's hard to draw a line with like, oh, I hate that. That's so dumb. I waste all my progress. But like that's part. I think that's what he told us. It was supposed to be hard. That's the difficulty, and it's only as hard, because you're not going to fall through the same hole necessarily. Like once you walk this way, you know where this hole is. You know where this thing's going to fall down. So you don't do that again. So it's pretty much. And you want to go faster too. That's the problem I ran into that y'all might agree to. Like, oh, I just died. Let me get back to where I was.
Yep.
And then you mess up.
And then
you forgot to walk around. You're like, yes. You're like, I just did this. I know it. And like, crap. But so it has a really good balance of that. I wish I had more time to play it. I've got a lot going on with this and school and work and blah, blah, blah and kids. But thank you, 511. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I think we should rate this through skulls since our picture's a skull, and that's clever. So you want to do one out of 10? 1 out of 10 skulls, let me say. Because, one, the great price for it right now. Super indie solo guy made it. It looks good and everything. Difficulty, again, I like it because of simplicity. I don't want to think too hard about it of what could be added because that takes away from what it is. So I'll give it like a solid 6.5 skulls. All right. That's my dip. Who's next?
It was great. Thank you, 511, for letting us play this game. I enjoyed it. I knew from the bat I was gonna get frustrated because like one of the first things you have to do, it's a trick, and they trick you and they kill you, and they all do it on purpose, and they're sneaky, and y'all are so sneaky with this stuff. I was getting tired of dying left and right. I was getting frustrated, but that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be frustrated. I really enjoyed it. Something I enjoyed was like the lighting. The lighting was nice. The movement was great. My favorite part was that it is controller compatible. So I was able to get my controller and play with it. It felt way better. Enjoyed it a lot. I got like did y'all get jump scared at all? Did y'all get scared? I would
yes.
be walking, like something hit. It scared me, dude. It scared the crap out of me. I love that was a part of it. that I didn't know what was ahead. And just always tense, didn't trust anything. Doorway, barrel, nothing. Didn't want to go near anything. Didn't want to do crap. So it was good, very difficult, which is like how it's supposed to be. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Again, like you said, the price was great for what it is. It makes me want to keep playing because I want to get past that point. I want to keep seeing what's over there. And it's got a good little factor to it. Let's see. I would rate it on the skull scale. I would rate it a 6. Yeah, I really enjoyed the controller compatibility and the replay, the want to beat it, because that's something with difficult games like puzzle games, you want to beat it. And so it was really nice. I enjoyed it. That's what I got. Nice. Brandon, what you think? How you feel about it?
So this is very complicated to me. The graphics are great. I like the low polygonish look. Like you said, the lighting, because you're holding a torch. The lighting's real nice. There was not much music, but the little bit of music, I liked it. I've always liked Indiana Jones, so playing through a maze kind of game, it was really cool. And I call BS that Indiana Jones never was killed, because this shows I died, not kidding, 172 times on this game. Normally, I would hate a game that makes me die this much. But it was every time I died, instead of finding myself frustrated, I more giggled because I was like, okay, I know what not to do next time. And when you got to a checkpoint or got the treasure or at the end, it was very satisfying. And it was satisfying when you got past one puzzle, you got past another puzzle, and when you would go like 20 seconds and then die, you're like, okay, that means I'm making progress here. The game is short. I do like the fact that it knows it wants you to die a lot. 'Cause you got some of the achievements are
Yeah.
all of them actually are die from
I
this,
really,
die from
yeah, I
this,
really like that.
die 100 times, or 50 I think is the actual max for it. So I enjoy what he's doing here. He wants you to die. He wants you to keep going because at the end of it, he tells you, look, you died. You got frustrated, but you kept going, and that's how you made it to the end. And good job, pretty much. And he has this whole paragraph of text you have to read, which is, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now, for the rating, though, I don't like these kind of games. So it's hard for me to give it a great rating. So I'm trying to be fair to it. It's not a game that I would see myself playing on a computer or something. But if it was mobilely, I could really see myself playing this because it doesn't have all the ads and all that. It's just a fun, cheap game. I would probably give it a 6 goals too. And if for somehow he was able to make it mobilely, I could see myself actually playing more and give it a higher rating. It's too frustrating and too convoluted, I guess the right word for it, for me to sit there and play this on my computer over and over. It's just not my type of game. Like I said, I'm a story guy. There's not really a story here. You can kind of make one, hey, he's getting the treasure and leaving. But good job, and I really appreciate you letting us play this, and I hope you don't find us too critical of it, because we do enjoy it. And I look forward to see what else you come out with, and keep going. And again, appreciate you.
Yeah. Very good, guys. Again, that's something like we know you don't play those kind of style games. Something that I play though, simple, pick up quick. So yeah, we kind of got a touch from all the basics here. That's why the chemistry in this podcast is so beautiful. But bite your tongue. Something I liked. I want to see if y'all felt the same. Like, think like what could be added, or what. Again, between simple and what's too much, it wasn't cluttered. With the function of the game, I never ran into like a bug, and that's kind of what I was looking for. Like for me to rate something down, like I'll give it, like I'll try anything. But if I'm gonna get stuck behind something or fall through a wall, or a guy kills me through a wall, or something like that, like something really painfully obvious, like bad, dumb, like I didn't see any of that happen. Nothing. I didn't catch myself one time going, "What the? Like that's not fair." It was me rushing, like that. So it seems like it's built well. Now, I found too. Did you think that the counter, the death counter, and that time, like all it is right there on the screen? But we kind of stated this earlier. Like it makes you want to rush because you're watching your time. Just having a clock in anything you're playing, and you're like, oh, I gotta hurry up and I want to get back over there, and then you mess up and fall or get killed on something that you know is there.
Right.
But I like that you talked about the jump scares stuff. Go ahead, Brandon.
I agree. It does make you like, okay, let me get back to where I want to go. Let me get back to where I was. But there's this part later on. You're on these little beams, and you're trying to go fast, but if you go fast, because I play with the keyboard, maybe I should play with a controller. But you're on these little boards, and you're gonna fall. I've kept falling off over and over and over, because the controls of the keyboard, and me trying to rush it. That's one thing. That's probably why when I said earlier that I don't like platformers is because the old sit there and wait and I want to rush it. For some reason with platformer games, I'm just let me jump, let me go, and when they don't let you, it gets very frustrating.
Right, right. That's part of it too. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the jump scares like you mentioned, Cody. Yes, it's not a horror scary game. It's just it makes you focus. So when you're being that focused and something flies out real quick, it makes you
Yep.
jump. So there's that like first bridge that you come across, and I'm already like, all right, I'm not gonna die and have this thing. And there's that button right before the first door, and you like I like hit it and I walked across it and it opened up. I was like, sweet. And that rock came rolling out of there so quick. And I was like, mother damn it, I was ready. And yeah.
I actually was like, oh, okay, that's I got past that, but after that, there's a wall,
Yes.
a spike wall
Yep,
that
it
comes
hits
and
you
hits you.
so
That
fast.
got
That's
me.
what got me.
I I jumped on that one. I was like, oh my god, because I thought after the rock, okay, I'm good after that. No, you're never safe in this game.
Yep. Right after that, and seeing like the shadows of like chandeliers or stuff, or like rocks or whatever, I would go under no shadow.
Yeah, trust nothing.
Some I get from the lighting, it was off the side, but yeah, that first treasure too. I was like, there's no like this is not the end of the game, and I know there's something there, and I did. I just ran across it real quick, and that the chandelier fell down, and like so you get that like pride feeling too. I was like, I knew it. I was smart. I thought about it, and like bam, and then go die by something else. But all in all, yeah, it was fun for sure. All right, Dakota, what's our topic for this episode?
It's going to be about platformers. Last episode, we covered a lot of horror games, what we liked about it, our tops and everything. And today we're going to be talking about platformers. And something that I didn't know is when I thought platformer, I thought a 2D game, side scroller, something like that. In reality, it's actually way more broad than that. I didn't know that at all. And so like Brandon, do you know what defines a platformer, or do you know like is it because like you're jumping on stuff? Is it because like obstacles and whatnot?
Well, if you Google platforming games, which I just did, it says right here, are the use of heavy jumping and climbing to navigate a player's environment and reach their goals. Very broad.
Yeah,
Right, and that's what, and I had the reason why I didn't want to tell you what my feelings were about it earlier, Brandon, is because like I want to call, and I guess they are, like the new like Happy Tales adventure game or like Banjo Kazooie or stuff like that, or like Spyro. I wanted to put I thought about Spyro a lot. What's like I wanted to keep it like so pure, like you kind of mentioned, Dakota, that 2D thing. So I have my list. But I also will have a lot of honorable mentions that again cross my mind that I want like it is, but someone will be like, that's not a true platformer, Uncle Touchy. But
Yeah, that was my problem because I thought the same thing before we started talking about this. I say it over and over. I don't like platformers, but when I looked into it, I was like, some of my favorite games are considered platformers. I just never considered them.
right.
So it's been interesting to see what y'all consider a platformer and what I consider the platformers that I like. That again, on my list, I never considered any of these a platformers, but
Right.
if you look them up, they're technically platformers.
Perfect. This is good. This is exciting. This is why I didn't want us to, guys, for the show. If you'd like to know our show prep, we kind of chit chat a little bit after this. There's a little bit of texting going on, and there's no like actual communication until about an hour before. We're like, so what'd you get? Like, I don't know. What'd you get? Well,
we're recording.
it's a lot
today?
of deceptive backstabbing, and yeah. So, all right. We did have this set down because we like a list. Goals are good to have, so we have a top 5. We'll go through them again, and that way it builds up the tension until we get to the tippy top of the 5, and we'll let you know, quite possibly. Okay, I don't want to go first.
Okay.
Someone go first. What's your 5 pick?
Okay, I'll go. Because none of y'all talked. So my first platformer game, my top 5, is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. It was it was a great story. It was very exciting how they implemented the rewind. So if you jumped off something, you have Sands of Time in your blade, and you can rewind and do it again and keep doing
Yeah.
it until you run out of ore. And you can use the sands for your weapons too. So it's not a legit platformer, as in you're fighting bad guys, you're actually having combat. But it was the first game that I can think of that really had you jumping up walls. Uh, it pretty much started the old Assassin's Creed thing too. Someone's gonna get mad. I
That's
said
a good
that.
point. That's a good point.
Actually.
But you're jumping on walls. You're rolling. You're going to the sides of buildings. Like I said, great story. We will be mentioning this game again later. Wink, wink.
Would you wink at me?
Did I really wink? Anyways, that's my number 5. What about you, Dakota?
Yeah, I remember when y'all were playing Prince of Persia, and I walked in. I was like, "What y'all doing?" And then you fell off, and you rewind. I was like, "What?" It was so really, really
You can't
cool.
do that.
The noise was cool
The,
too.
the audio was cool for that. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, my 5 number 5 platformer is going to be Donkey Kong Country Returns. This came out on the I believe
specific.
yes, is the 3DS. It was like 2008, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Donkey Kong, one of the OGs, way back then. It's been around for a long time. But this one, Donkey Kong Returns, because the 3DS came out, it was like had a 3D aspect to it. They added depth to it, and so when they had this platformer, it was like a scrolling one, but it did have like a depth element to it. You could like go like be like behind the level. You could do stuff like not just one way. You could do things all the way, and it was 3D, so it was like kind of poppy and stuff. It looked really nice. I didn't really grow up on Donkey Kong, but that was like the Donkey Kong I played, and it was really nice and vibrant. I enjoyed it. I remember playing. I know our neighbor was like super into Donkey Kong. He had the old Nintendo, like the first one, and we'd go over
Oh.
there. David, he would go over there and play
David,
with him.
yeah.
Yeah, he had the OG setup. It was super fun. That's my
Yeah.
because when I think of it, when I thought of a platformer, that's what I thought of was something like that, and that's what came to my mind, and I really enjoyed that one. So that's my number 5. What do you got, Aaron? What do you think for your 5th?
Nice. Good. Yeah, I had the same inner demon battle thinking about which ones, like I said a second ago, like Spyro came to my mind. It's like, that is like a platform, but it's like 3D. So I was trying to think, just like you said, 2D side scroll. So I said that's where I got my list. And I tried to not keep it so in the past thought. That's still going to show up though. But all around, tried all aspects of this. So my number 5 pick is Messengers. It came out in 2018, but it's recently been out to the Xbox. I talked about it in a past episode too. Mostly because it like embodies and feels so much like an old retro style like platform game, because the music and the sound of it is like fantastic. And then the bit style art and everything is really cool, and it's just jumping. It kind of has a Metroidvania kind of style game with like you can attack and things how they come at you and everything. So, or I guess like Ninja Turtle style, since it's like a ninja game. But I got Messengers down for my number 5 pick because it's just really unique to me. And like I said, the sound of it and everything was so like reminiscent to me of like what an old, like that kind of arcade platform style game. So that's what I like. I'll go right into number 4. Oh, go ahead, sir. Speak your words.
I want to talk about the codes real quick. The Donkey Kong, riding the rhino was so much fun. I never played the Messenger though before, but it does look like you're Sub-Zero, which I kind of like that.
Kinda. Yeah. I mean, he's wrapped up like that in kind of blue, but yes. The rhino was sweet in that game. That game was so hard. Like the Messengers too. If you play the Messengers, again, it's probably just me. But Donkey Kong was hard, and it had interesting music too. There was like a swamp level, and it bothered the piss out of me. Like the music and everything was so, I don't know, so swampy and like grungy sounding. Gosh. Anyway, okay. So my number 4 pick I wrote down I have Metal Slug, which is an old school kind of platform game, but that's just so fun shooting. Again, side moving right along, kind of shooting game, and they've remade it so many times. Also, that's just one that kept coming to my mind from playing either arcade or like on a system later on. But Metal Slug was super cool. That came out in like 1996, I think it was, like the first, I guess, like the arcade one. But Metal Slug's super cool, and it's such a well known, like that's one of the, to me at least, I guess, like that's what I think of. It's just one of the game gods that's been around forever, and it's got a good little following for it. That one's sweet. Enough said. Metal Slug shooting side, kind of cool. All right, next.
Yeah,
4.
Metal Slug. That's a good one. It's an OG. It has been made a lot, and it's inspired a lot of other similar. There's a lot of similar games that like did what Metal Slug did, but that's the original one, as Metal Slug. And it is good. It's good. Yeah, like you said, shooty. Just like shoot everything, easy to pick up, easy to put down. It's really good. My number 4 spot, I had to struggle. It's a tie, kind of, not really a tie. It's Portal 1 and 2 would be my number 4.
Portal,
great.
I crossed a lot. Yeah.
Anything puzzle was awesome. I like the what they did with the portals to make the puzzles. I thought was great.
Oh yeah,
it was really smart. Portal 2 mainly because it had a co-op mode. And just it increased the variety of puzzles and like how to solve them, and you had to like work with your friend to do it. It was good. It had a story. The story was great. The villain was hilarious. I want a companion cube, and the cake is a lie. It was really good platform.
That's all you need to know.
And I want to know. I want another one. I think Portal 2 was like what, almost like over a decade ago. It's been a minute. I want another Portal.
Here's the problem. You got Valve making that, and they don't make games. Barely. They take 12 years to make anything.
Rip Half-Life. Yep, RIP Half-Life.
Yep. Well, they made Portal Bridges, right? The Portal Bridge.
Yeah, the construct. Yeah, I played that one. It is fun. I do like that one.
It looks fun. I haven't, but I should.
Go home. Don't bring up Portal Bridges.
Don't bring.
What? Hey, man. Whatever. Hush your puppy. What's your 4th?
All right.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is a little game called Conker's Quest, which was later got turned into Conker's Bad Fur Day. If y'all didn't know, Conker's Quest was a family game they made, which are like, everyone's like, oh great, another family game by Rare. So they say, you know what? We're gonna make Conker's Bad Fur Day. And we're gonna make it crude, sexualized, and it for the 64. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You play this little squirrel with a frying pan, and you're just. I don't know how much I can say because it is very crude. You're chasing money. You start the game off. The whole game starts off because you were drunk and you don't know where your house is.
I mean, I tag every episode explicit so we can say whatever we want. FYI, but continue.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. So you start the game off drunk, and you don't know where your house is, and it was just at the time we were like, what?
Oh yeah.
12?
Yeah.
13?
If that, yeah.
It was the first game we ever played. We were like, oh my god, because Aaron's mom aunt bought this for him.
Yeah.
And they thought it was a kid's game. Then when we got it and played it, we're like, this is not a kid's game. This is amazing. This was our porn magazine back in the day.
Oh, my
when
gosh.
You find it on the street.
Because we didn't know.
This game was brilliant.
Yeah, we didn't know. Again, that's how you got games when you were younger. You're like, that one looks cool. That looks cool. What's the back look like? That's colorful. Getting that one. And we brought that home and started playing it and was like, oh, what the hell did he just say? Is that squirrel drinking whiskey? And yes. And sunflowers with boobs. Enough said.
Yes. If they're like, oh, I never played this, I want to know what it's about. YouTube, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Giant Pooh.
Yes.
And that will pretty much show you what the game's about.
It's probably one of the iconic villains from that game.
And the song is so great too for that. Actually, like they put work into it. It's like opera Pooh song. And I think you have to make to get to that, you're swimming around in like sewery water or something before, like with a bull. You have to make the bull eats something to go take a crap, and it fills up all the poop area or something like that.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. By the end of the game, you're like fighting World War II with like tanks and teddy bears or something. They're just like, do whatever we want to do and make this game, guys. Yeah, Rare was way out on a limb. That's their wild days.
It's a shame because this game came out in I think '97. They had a remake in 2001, and it's a shame that the newer generation doesn't get to play this. I would love a remake. I prefer a sequel, maybe. It's over the top. It's if you haven't played it, find an emulator, non-illegally, wink,
Yeah.
and find a way to play this game. It's amazing. I know all three of us loved it. We got grounded for playing it. So if you're gonna play it, be 18.
Sure. Wink again.
Explicit.
Hard.
So should I go 3? You want me to go
what's your
3?
3?
Take it away, crazy.
So this one,
suck.
same developer, same developer, Banjo-Kazooie.
Nice.
Everyone knows Banjo-Kazooie. You're a bear with the bird in your backpack. This game is another one of those iconic games. I think it's still rated as one of the top games of all time.
Probably.
Every time I think of this game, I can still hear the witch, the noise she made. Like,
how they
the
talk?
talking.
yes. The levels were iconic. It was kind of like the Mario where you go to different worlds.
Yeah.
You can get puzzle pieces. And there's not much I can say here besides the characters were lively. The bad guy was your typical witch bad guy, but the world felt so open. You felt like you could do anything at once, and it was my first real open world-ish game, and I fell in love with it. But another one that I wish they would make a remake or a new one, but the last one we got was a racing modifying
Yeah.
game, which
I
wasn't
liked it.
bad,
Right.
but it's not what I want.
Nuts
It's
and bolts
just-
is cool, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't want them to come out with a Call of Duty where I'm racing,
Yeah.
Well,
That's a good point.
I play Banjo-Kazooie because I want that type of gameplay. That's my number 3. What about you, Dakota?
Yeah. I liked Nuts and Bolts. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I was young and making a little car and everything, and your own little vehicle.
Oh, yeah, and the planes.
Was really fun.
Yeah.
The helicopter, the planes, boats. It was good. I think it would.
Yeah.
I would let my kid play that. Definitely, they would love it.
But it's not right. It's not like Banjo-Kazooie.
If I had
All
a kid, I don't have a kid.
We digress.
My number 3
Hear that, ladies?
is something me and Aaron probably hold deep in our hearts in the lock. It's gonna be Mirror's Edge. This game came out. It's
Nice.
pretty much like it's parkour. It's parkour, and it had a cool little like story, like secret stuff going on. And you're literally this person. The whole game is point A to point B. It's parkour. How are you gonna get there? The fastest way to get there, the most efficient way. And it was so fun. The favorite thing that we could do is you could race yourself, or you could like. So
Yeah.
you would run a course. They had a whole bunch of courses. You would run a course, and then you hand the controller over, and then they would try to. You could see the last player's like shadow, and you would try to beat them, and we'd go back and forth
Yeah.
every level, trying to beat it, trying to find the best way to do it, the most optimal way. It was great, and they do have a number 2. I believe it's Catalyst.
Yeah.
Did not play it. I saw it be played, which it is cool. I would like more games like this. If there's another Mirror's Edge, I would probably play it. It's a good idea. I feel like it's really broad. You pretty much make your own course. Like you could make courses. It's great. You could do so much with that. Played it a lot.
Yeah. That was fun. Sorry if I cut you off. Yeah, that's what that game needed. If they had it, like you said, another one, and they had like a course designer, like the Tony Hawk's has their map, like park editor maker. Oh my gosh. Because the aesthetic of the game is awesome because it's all white and like your gloves are red. There's most things are shades of gray. Except for like doors you can go through, poles you can balance on are red, things like that. There may have been a couple other colors here and there, but that was part of it, which was really cool. But yeah, that game, if there's ever a game made for speedrunning, like people that want to do that kind of stuff, that is the game. And I've looked up some speedrun stuff of that thing, and you're like, and actually, I think when you play, if you do it online, you can watch like the record of it right now, and you can
Yeah.
see that shadow, the little ghost trail, and they're like jumping off stuff, like things that never crossed your mind. And it's like the developers really think about that when they made it, or it just happened to work out because it's like antennas that they like jump off of somehow, and you have to hit just right. And like, anyway,
Yeah.
that's a cool pick. I hadn't think about that game in a while. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we really like that one. What you got on your 3, Aaron?
Rolling in at number 3 is somewhat of an oldie, but definitely a goodie. We've talked about it before. We're going in here with Limbo, which is such an awesome game. Again, we mentioned, I'm not gonna to beat a dead horse about it, but it's creepy. It's simple colors. It's all kind of dark and a bit of a puzzle game. You're just going through, and there's still enough of like, what the heck is going on to have a story to this, and you want to play it. It was awesome, and not very long. I love that game. Limbo was super neat. I don't know. Enough said. That's fine. Number 3, Limbo, super great. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. You've probably seen it at least for sure, and you would say, "Oh, I've seen that game." So, yes, number 3. All right. Any other words before we hop in here? I feel like I have a. Let's purposely digress for a second. I feel like I had. Oh, that's freaking it. So with our intros and everything else, guys, those that have reached out to us on the Discord channel, found us on Twitter and everything else. Keep listening. Yeah, we'll get our top 2 in just a second here. But I want to say thanks to Chardhar. That's her on Twitter, a buddy of ours too. But she's been following us and supporting us and everything. You can find her on Twitter. I'm sorry, Twitter. Actually, yes, Twitter and Twitch. Twitch, you can find her playing some League and Teamfight Tactics. Check her out there. If you're on Twitch like everybody else, she's pretty cool. Or on Twitter. But she's also in the Discord. You can find her there and talk about things. But she's been a great support and a buddy of ours. And everyone else, we've had some other people going on with reaching out to us and saying hey. So it's awesome. We're loving all the feedback. Guys, any words before?
Yeah, thank y'all for reaching out. Charhart, appreciate it. It was good talking to you. Just keep gaming. I'm gonna try to get into some Twitch, start talking to her live. I miss you. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for supporting us. Appreciate it. We'll support you back.
Yeah, bueno. And then I wanted to mention too of his show, because again, we all come from different walks of life through the woods here in the world, but we're all buddies and friends. I don't think Brandon watches much of anime, and I don't too much. I'll just get hooked on a show every once in a while. So I've started watching My Hero, and I had a buddy try to tell me to watch it for a while, and even Dakota, you were like, "Oh yeah, it's super cool, watch it." I'm like, I don't know. And I've been watching other things like here and there. So I started watching My Hero, and it's pretty cool. I'm in like almost the 3rd season now, and they're about to. Spoiler: they're fighting Stain right now. If you are watching it or about to. Anyway, obviously it's going to happen. But that's where I am. That's not video game talk. I digress. Brandon, do you have anything before we get into the top 2? Or go ahead. Why don't you start with say stuff and then say your top 2 or your number 2.
Yeah. Forget that My Hero. That's garbage. Don't worry about that shit. Cobra Kai. That's what you should watch. And then my number 2, drum roll, Mario 64.
Ooh.
And, man, it was rough not putting this number 1. As a platformer, I think this is my favorite, what I would have considered a platformer. So, everyone knows Mario 64. It's one of the greatest games ever. You know, you go into the different world, collecting stars. It's probably the game me and Aaron really connected playing together, because we both had it, trying to get these stars, trying to help each other, find a way to get to Yoshi in the top of the castle.
Oh yes.
It's just an iconic game. I don't want to say everyone's played this game, but I would say every gamer around our ages, I would say they've at least played a version of this game. If it's not
Right.
Mario 64, maybe Mario Galaxy. A lot of people really think Galaxy's better, but this is the original of those type of open world
Yeah.
Mario games.
Yeah.
And
So
I was like,
cool.
oh, I know a lot of people. You can't have a platforming list without the king of platforms, Mario. That's why he's on my number 2. What about you, Dakota?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
wait. Sorry. Before I forget, I apologize. I'm gonna forget. This happens so many times. But and we had talked about Super Mario before, and that's one again. I thought like, is it really a platformer because it's so open? But it is all jumping and like walking and stuff like that kind of orientation. But I just wanted to mention. So there is at the very top of the castle, or like I think at that point or one of the early points, the tallest point you could get was just like a little room up there with like the windows that showed Peach in the glass. Now, couldn't you? This just crossed my mind. I think this is true. In that room, what you had to do was be like by the window and turn your camera into the sunlight. And when your sunlight it caught your camera through the window, you went into a special level. Is that right?
No, yes and no. Okay, so after you got so many stars, you walked into the main room, which is like the hallway or whatever,
Okay.
the forum, and there's a sun on the bottom. You can stand on the sun, look up, and there's another sun on top, and that's what was sending you to the level, and that's how you would get the flying hat.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's awesome.
Deep cut. Deep cut.
So
Okay.
someone's playing that game right now. I was like, "That's how you do it." Oh, thank God.
I can finally move on.
Thanks, Game Chatter Podcast.
Wow, we're just doing our job. Don't worry, I am here. That's in my hero quote, Brandon, so screw yourself. All right.
Yeah, Brandon.
Dakota.
My hero's cool. Yes. So my number 2 spot is a more recent game, something that I played and really enjoyed. It's a Star Wars Fallen Order. It's like the newest installment in the Star Wars gaming genre. It's awesome. It is a platformer. You do jump around, you climb, you dodge, you run on poles. It's really good.
But don't you shoot and fight?
Yes, you also Well, you lightsaber throw and stuff like that, but you don't have guns. It's a platformer. It's really awesome. It's awesome. You just haven't played it. Anyone who's
I have played it, and there is a lot of, you do have to jump and use your abilities to get on different platforms. I originally did not consider it a platformer, but he is right. It is platforming and very, very
it is really good.
Okay,
The
is
story's
Smash
there.
Bros a platformer? Could you jump on ledges in the map sometime?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What do you mean no?
No,
It's a
kind
fighting
of.
platformer.
Is COD a platform because you can vault over stuff?
Well, it's not. It's all right. Okay, so what's the difference between a role-playing action game and
Sorry.
a platforming game?
Sorry, Super Smash Bros. Would be considered a fighting, but no, it's not really a platformer. It's whenever you have to use speed or jumping to complete your goal. You don't have to jump or all
Right.
that.
Okay,
in Smash
because
Brothers.
I see that like Mario obviously is a platformer, but it's only 2D side scroll, but you still shoot stuff with fireball mouth. I don't know. This is up to the listeners to tell us. Find us on Instagram or the other stuff and let us know how wrong everyone else is, but not me. All right. So is that, you're number 2, Dakota, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That was
I would,
it. All
I would
right,
definitely
okay.
think it's a platformer. It's really good. Recommend everybody.
It's
Okay.
a very, very good game.
My number 2 is Super Mario World. And that is the one, because there's so many Super Mario, whatever, but that's the one I can almost like, the like first level is like, if you like have to go and like, someone's like having a flashback right now. Yes, that game.
Oh my gosh,
And
you
it's-
just played in my head.
Yes, yeah. So, and you can play with 2 players, which is cool. And it's in the world, and you would take turns. And like right when you start off, you go to the left and like break that little house to do like the smash thing and unlock all the little pound spots in the other levels. And like that was, to me, was super cool because it was 2-player, different levels, but its own world. And like you kind of start riding Yoshi around that time. I loved that game. Now nostalgic AF, super cool. But like, if that were to come out nowadays, like we have people making, old school style retro games. Obviously, I start off with like Messengers, things like that. So, if this game came out and it hadn't been anything like it before, like it would do great nowadays too. It's so, run fast, like we said, jump on top of things, and there was the secret, always kind of secrets you could find. I didn't know you could go behind this plant or walk up this or get in the clouds or whatever. So it was a great game, fun music, and you could play with 2 people. That it was great. Super Mario World, number 2 pick. That's it.
You want to roll off
All
into
right.
your number 1, Aaron?
And then there was one. A hush falls upon.
Ba-da-dum.
A hush falls upon the crowd. Everyone's. Here's a good quote. Ready? Here we go. Tonight at the Game Chatter podcast, find number 1, the number 1 platformer game. You can buy a ticket, but you only need the edge of your seat. All right. My number 1 pick, Edge Sunday, is Castle Crashers. My
Nice.
God, I loved Castle Crashers. So simple, quick, multiplayer. Boom, change your cosmetics, fight, funny, action. I got goosebumps. I got the chicken skin talking about this game. So freaking awesome. Wonderful, love it. I wore that game out, and I don't do that very much anymore, definitely. But when I was younger, too, I kind of had the problem of picking up and dropping games. Not too long. I believe it had some DLCs with like other players you could be as.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was such a sweet game.
We beat the crap out of that
You remember
game.
playing it? Yeah, right? Love it, right? Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, talk about it. Feel good.
That
Feel
was
good. Remember it?
No,
Mhm.
no, it was great. It was the animations were funny. It was easy to play. You had to save these princesses. You had to get these babes. You had to save the babes. It had levels that shouldn't have been there. Like there's an alien level in like this medieval style game. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Beating it over and over again, getting new characters and trying to figure out how to get the new characters were cool. The end boss fight was awesome. Playing with your friends was good. I almost went magic every time. Every time magic, just trying to different magic moves was so fun. Yeah, that's a good number 1. I forgot all about Castle Crash.
Did you ever play this, Brandon?
I've never played that, but I'm looking at screenshots. Is that really a platformer?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, don't do this to me. All right, look, that's it. It's not like 3D or anything. It's like Mario. Just have to jump on, jump
Hey.
over, fight things.
Right there.
Email us at gamechatterr@gmail and tell me if that's a platformer or not. Leave it at that. Y'all tell us.
I'll leave it to them. Yeah.
Fine. Brandon, what's your number 1?
It's not. Same thing. It's probably not considered a platformer. Ratchet and Clank.
Well, fuck this episode. Just gonna talk about.
But if you play through it, you gotta run. You gotta jump. You're jumping through ledges. You're swinging through the levels. But they add that element of gunplay, which is probably my favorite part of it. I love Ratchet and Clank. There's 2 things I love in the world. 3 things: women, WoW, Ratchet and Clank.
In that order.
So
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
it changes. It's a beautiful game. The guns are so vast, and you can upgrade them all. The platforming is great. The you use your little buddy on the back, Clank, as like your helicopter to get through these other platforms. Again, at the start of this list, I didn't consider it a platformer, but every list I saw had it on there, so it had to be my number 1. And so that's my number
All
1. Again, email us if you think it's a 1 or not. We'll see.
I can
Dakota?
dig it.
So
All right, Dakota.
my number 1 platformer, without a doubt, and it has already been mentioned, and that is Limbo. I loved playing Limbo. Limbo was great. It's my number 1. Just so atmospheric and dark. It had so much emotion, and you could see like this emotion throughout the entire game of this like creepy puzzle solver and big spiders. So that's fun. Big spider. The ending was great. It teased you. You had to run. You had to solve puzzles. It was awesome. I loved playing it. I've beaten it a few times. I've tried beating it to where you not dying once. Not that's one game that I tried so hard
Ooh.
to beat without dying once. I had to start all over. I got pretty close, but then I died at the like really close to the end, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't redo it all over again. That's my number one. Limbo's got a special place in my heart. It's dark. It's freaky.
Nice. Guys.
That's probably the only one that's actually a platformer.
Right.
Right? Everyone's like, geez, these guys don't know what the heck. Yeah. Awesome. Guys, we killed it. Rolling hot and heavy here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now time for the educational part of the show. Open up your brains and get ready to learn and absorb the knowledge that is to come. We've got time for some news and esports, guys. You want to handle this? Feed me. And then we'll get into our little quiz and put a fork in it. Okay. Pick a number, Dakota. 1 through 5.
1.
Okay, you go first.
No, okay.
Esports.
He was number
Okay,
one.
number 1.
All right, so for esports on episode 6 here at the Game Chatter podcast, we have we have a lot of stuff going on. I don't really have like standings and events like going on right now. But morely, I have things that are happening that are involved in esports. So the first thing to talk about is Valorant, the new first-person shooter from Riot, is getting a pick and ban system similar to Dota 2, which they like each team bans one, they ban one, they take turns. Seeing that it is still a new game, they are creating new characters, but so the roster is limited. So I can only see them doing like one ban each team. And even then, they probably will still allow duplicates of heroes on agents on each team, but it's a start for the competitive scene. We've seen a lot of games that have a pick and ban draft phase, has a lot of influence on the come out of the game. It's really important. If you know this person's team is so good at this character, we gotta ban him. We gotta ban this guy. This guy's too good with it. It adds a lot more depth to the competitive scene of a game. And I think that's really good. Talking about competitive scenes, Twitch is preparing to launch their competitive organizer called Versus. This tool is used for professional organizers to manage their own tournaments, brackets, and host events. We've seen some screenshots and some information about this. It's in beta right now, so they're going to test it. But this is really good for people trying to be professional with their brackets. A while ago, I remember when I was playing League of Legends, we did like a championship tournament on the weekends, and it was through TeamSpeak, and they had all these rooms and everything was organized kind of, and they were trying to do it like that. But this is something way more user friendly. It's a great tool for people to do this, and this way, this is good because then we can get this feel of the competitiveness of like getting serious in a tournament in a way broader spectrum. You can introduce it to multiple people, so it's awesome. That's good for the community. That's really cool that that's going on. Ubisoft has confirmed that Rainbow Six is getting its own world championship. It's only been, I believe, national and within the respected regions, but now they're trying to go make a World Cup. It's going to be like 45 countries are going to be competing. I think only 20 teams will go, but so that's good for that scene. Rainbow Six has been out for a hot minute, and it's still going strong. People love that game. It's a good scene. It's good to watch it. People are enjoying it. They also the Operation Shadow Legacy, that the new operation season that just came out has Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell series. So if you're a fan of Tom Clancy, you know Splinter Cell, you know Sam Fisher. It's pretty cool. He's pretty bad. He's a pretty good dude. They did good. They did it justice. On a funner side of things, so we know Razer, okay, the green Naga symbol. They make hardware
company. Okay.
Yeah, they make mice. They make mouses, headsets, all this stuff. They are partnering with Ringlies, and that's the creators of 5Gum. And together they have forged a competitive gaming chewing gum called Respawn. And their catchphrase is chew, focus, win. So this is yeah. So they're trying to get into the whole
Sweet.
when you're gaming, it's gonna have don't quote me, it's like caffeine and probably maybe a form of creatine or something. And you chew it, you get focused for every game. It's going to come with like
Dude.
10 strips or 15 strips to each pack. And they have like watermelon, pomegranate, cool mint. And yeah, but this isn't new. This has been kind of done before. But this is two major brands in their respected fields coming together and doing it. So this is like big brand,
Nice.
like they're doing it. And so that's what's going on with there right now. And that's what we have going on in the esports world. Other things going on like that. So that's what we got for this week.
That's great. I've wanted like we've kind of talked about it before too, but an episode about that, like the evolution of gear and like what the what's the freaking word for that? Not just gear, but like I can't remember. Anyway, with stuff like that, like food and drink and like gloves you wear or like certain, glasses that people wear when they're playing, for screen, like blue block light kind of things like that. So we'll have to have an episode, like a deep dive into that. Would be super cool. Okay. Brandon.
There's no news.
Oh.
I'm just totally joking. There was so much news. We don't have 4 hours of a podcast, so I'm gonna run through these kind of quick. But please look this stuff up because there's so much stuff. And playing some Fisher on Rainbow Six, that sounds awesome.
Yep.
I absolutely love Splinter Cell. So let's go through my notes. Where they at? Boom, here they are. First thing first, Prince of Persia remake of Sands
Oh.
of Time. I told you earlier it's coming back. July 21st. Now, if you listen to episode 2, I did say there was a rumor that they were making it. So if you want the breaking news, this is our podcast.
He's on top of it.
Listen to us. I'm on top of it. I called Tony Hawk's. I called this. Or Reddit did. One of the two. So yeah, we got that news in the Ubisoft forward they had. They have a couple other games coming out. Immortals Phoenix Rising. It looks like a Breath of the Wild. It used to be called Gods and Monsters. You've probably seen the trailers for it. It looks so awesome. Like I said, it looks like Breath of the Wild. A little bit of Greek mythology in it. For sure, check out these trailers. It looks really sweet. And it's going to be on the Xbox and PlayStation. So if you couldn't play Breath of the Wild because you don't have a Nintendo, it looks like this is going to be your game. You can also customize your main character, which is going to be pretty cool on that. The other big news, I'm looking through what I got. Oh, just
yeah.
a little thing. Xbox. Someone leaked that the Xbox Series S is coming, and Microsoft said, "Well, it's out. Might as well just throw everything out there." So, Xbox Series S, which is going to be their smaller version,
Right.
is coming out at $299, and the Series X is coming out at $499, and both will be here on November 10th, with pre-orders starting on the 22nd of this month, so September. So if you're listening to this late, you missed your opportunity.
Or if you don't like hearing us ramble like the rest of the episode, at least swing down to the end of episodes because there's actually some stuff, like I say, that you can walk away with and tell your friends.
Yes.
Cool, guys. All right, great to know.
Yes,
sir.
We're not done. We're just getting started. Yeah, so we know the dates on those. Xbox is also offering a Xbox All Access thing for 24 months. You can pay $35 for the big one, $25 for the little one, and you get the system. You get EA Access and Game Pass, which is an outstanding deal. So you pretty much, if you take out the price of Game Pass stuff, you're paying for like $200 for the big system. That's pretty crazily good.
Dang.
PlayStation said, okay, all right. They came out. It's our turn now. And on the 16th, they're announcing that they will have another game show. Which they haven't confirmed it, but we're pretty sure they're going to show the release date and the price. I'm imagining the big one's going to be $499, so they can match Xbox.
Right.
And I'm picking November 17th is probably going to be the date. And another rumor is Final Fantasy 16th will be shown at the press conference. Take that, though, with a grain of salt. And that's pretty much the big stuff. You can move on from there.
All right, thank you, guys. I appreciate your due diligence in looking into all these things. And now for my time to shine, I made a little quiz for us to take.
Yay.
Yeah, everybody could join in. Everybody get around the circle. Get out the guitars and maracas. It's time to play.
It's time to get serious.
All right, the edge. I've changed it up here. This is just going to be true or false. I'll say a question, and you both say your answer, and I will tell you how wrong you are. Okay. And how many questions do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's just 6. It's quick and pretty. Get it done. All right. Try to keep it relevant to platforming ideas. Tell me what you think. All right. Question number 1. Mario Kart 64 was the first non-platform Mario game.
False.
False.
That is correct. False. Super Mario World, like Brandon picked.
Oh, yeah.
The 64 came out like 6 months before that one. It was like the first mainline non-platform Mario style game. Very good. All right. The game series Mega Man 1 through 11 are all platform style games.
False.
True.
True is the right answer. Dakota, you suck.
I'm false.
There's a lot of like spin-off and little things for it, and they go from like Game Boy, and there's a big branch out in like just Japan only kind of games. But the basic line 1 through 11 are actually all platform. The new one is like 3D, but it is platform, but the art is like nice. All right. Back to cool voice. If I can read this right, my handwriting. The PS1 had Castlevania's first non-platform.
True.
False.
False.
What?
N64 had the first Castlevania non-platform game.
Really? What did
Really?
what did we play Castlevania on? A good platformer that
On
we
the
didn't mention.
PS2.
Oh,
Because
really?
when I was looking at stuff, I was like, oh, that's the one that I loved. Yeah, it was. Or no, I'm sorry. Yes, it was PS2. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Castlevania Lament of something.
Really good
But
platformer,
yeah, it was
by the way. Really good one.
the old ones. Anyway, all right. Disney's The Rescuers is one of the only few Disney games that do not have a game made after him.
False.
I want to say false.
False is correct. They have a game on PC. Somehow. All right. Halo has a platformer that was only downloadable through the Microsoft Market.
True.
False.
False is correct. Brandon, I think you are batting 1,000 here. Dakota, I don't keep points. I always say points. I don't know why. I lie to myself. Bad friend.
He's
Okay.
got me beat.
All right. That is false. I just made that one off the top of my head. And lastly, Cuphead, the game, took 3 years to color by hand.
True.
It's very specific, so true.
False. Cuphead was all hand-drawn, but all the coloring was done digitally. It would have took them over 6 years to do that.
Oh my gosh. I knew it was all hand, like it was all original. It took him a while, but 3 years
Yeah.
sounded right.
Oh, yeah. It was a big hand job for that game. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
we didn't mention Ori at all either. I'm shocked.
It crossed my mind. I did. That's just, to me, it got between like Limbo and Ori, and I had to mention that one. And anyway. All right, guys. Fantastic episode. We'll do our due diligence, and by that I mean mention and point a couple ideas until it's an hour before recording and be like, yeah, we're doing that, right? Ah, cool. So great episode, guys. I think we covered a lot here. I cannot wait to hear the backlash and feedback from our listeners of what they think and agree with. Again, find all the links below here. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and I think that's all of them. And Discord, the Discord channel, of course. Join the party here at the Discord for the Game Chatter capital G, capital C, capital R at the end because we're cool like that. Find us on all your other links if you want to tell your friends about it. Spotify, Pocket Casts, Stitcher, Google. Now you can Google. Googleable. Googleable is a term, and we there, folks. So, all right. That's been a pile of fun. Thank y'all so much for listening. Reach out to us. All that good jazz. Anything else we missed, guys? Or something for next episode you want to say?
I don't know.
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right.
Right on.
Bye.
Later. The hell out.
Snoochie boochies.
What? Oh, Ruby Rod. Yeah.
Yeah. Ruby? What's his name?
Ruby Rod.
Groovy?
Ruby. Ruby.
Ruby Rod.
R.
I-
R. Good
R,
shit.
okay. Yeah.